Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second edition of Live Straight Off the Bench. I'm your man, Carter Randolph, alongside my partner, Lile, and we're straight off the bench. We talk everything sports, and man, what a Sunday.
Oh, it's crazy.
Dude, Bills lose, Lions lose, Rams lose. I mean, who's imagining that?
Yeah.
Especially
Niners lose.
Oh yeah, the Lions lose. The Lions are losing by halftime, 28-0.
Right, and they got a touchdown and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a stat that Lamar Jackson is well over 500. I think he's like 700% against teams he's meeting for like the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So like teams he's meeting in like the NFC, that's the first time the Lions met him. So like that's why they don't know how to contain Lamar Jackson. They haven't experienced Lamar Jackson regularly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why like the Browns can contain him a little bit. The Steelers can contain him a little bit. The Bengals can contain him a little bit.
And it's funny you bring up the Browns. They're in a pretty weird predicament because Deshaun Watson's holding out. P.J. Walker's their starter right now.
2-0.
And they have a top 3 defense in the league. I mean, if they can just get some average guy out there, They'll probably be all right. So plenty of tough teams in the NFC, and the Bills, they're looking like they're falling apart over there in the AFC. I mean, it's just getting worse and worse. But it was a good day of football for the fans because all the games were pretty much fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I agree. I loved watching all of them.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, that Chiefs-Chargers game was insane.
I bet it was great live. I bet it was gunslinging.
It was a good time, especially when you see Taylor Swift over there and you make it on the big screen. Oh, always a good time.
Heck yeah. Oh, you made it on the big screen?
Yep. Thought I was on TV for a second. I was like, if I made it on the big screen, that means
I looked out for you on the. I looked out for you on the
NBC,
TV.
baby.
I looked out for you on the TV. Mm-hmm. I didn't see you on the TV, unfortunately.
That's sad. Yep. Me and my aunt made it on the big screen, man.
Nice.
It was crazy. Shout out Aunt Susu.
That's solid.
But yep, crazy day of football. And the big question I wanted to talk to you about just before we just kind of get off topic with the Bills, Lions, Rams is Puka Nacua a top 5 receiver in the league
right now?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Even though he's had like either first, second, or third in yards for his first 7 games?
I don't think so.
Dude, he's pretty good, man. I think he is. At least 4 or 5.
Tyreek Hill, better.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson, better.
Not playing right now, but okay.
But still, when he's playing, he's got
better, for sure.
2 games left, I think.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
You could argue that this season. He had a huge game a couple weeks ago, though.
Still good.
Mm-hmm.
Still good.
Oh, yeah. A.J. Brown?
A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp. He's better than Cooper. Cooper Kupp's had good games since he's
Even
been
though
back.
he just puts up 150 on him?
I mean,
literally leads the team in receiving last week?
Cooper Kupp's
I guess he can't go off 1 week. You're right. But as of what I've seen, Puka Nacua is that next now I can't think of his name. Julian Edelman in the league.
Maybe.
Has to work his way from the bottom, but once he's there, he ain't going anywhere. You know what I mean?
A.J. Brown's he's the best receiver in football right now, right next to Tyreek Hill. Him or Tyreek Hill, probably 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
He's had 120 plus, I think, multiple weeks. 5 weeks in a row, I think.
A.J. Brown is single-handedly ruining my fantasy experience this year in our league. I mean, if A.J. Brown isn't there, Devontae Smith's going crazy. Devontae Smith I don't think he's had more than 6 points in the past 3 weeks.
Right.
I mean, bum. And then I leave Jordan Addison on the bench. I mean,
terrible
come on
call.
now.
So
did that at 11:45 on Sunday.
Would you rather have Puka Nacua or Keenan Allen?
That's a good one, actually. But Keenan Allen's a hard one because he's the best route runner in the league.
Right now, yeah, I agree.
He is. I mean, and I don't even think you put him in your top 5. No. So I guess that goes to show how much my argument means. Not much. Top 10 at least? Are we giving him a top 10?
Yeah, I give him top 10.
Okay.
Most definitely. Is he better than Amon St. Brown? I don't think so.
I still am a little shaky on Amon-Ra. He's had a couple of good games.
71% when Jared Goff.
I bet any receiver in the league could do good if they get 71% of the passes thrown their way.
That's how many he completes.
They're completed to him. He
71%.
gets at least 10 to 12 targets a game, though.
Quite a few.
And who's the number 2 over there? Jamison Williams?
Yeah, because they cut Marvin Jones Jr.
He's did they cut him or is he taking a?
No, they cut him.
I thought I said something. He was taking a step away from football.
I thought they released him.
That's probably what that means, to be honest. But that's tough for Marvin Jones, man. He was a kind of a gritty veteran there for a while. But.
Would you rather have Stephon Diggs or Puka Nacua?
Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying.
No
He balls out. He balls out, man. He balls.
What about
single-handedly carries the receiving core when Cooper Kupp only has 2 catches?
CeeDee Lamb or Puka Nacua?
Puka.
Yeah. Okay. This is a. Oh, this could be so, I guess. Calvin Ridley.
Puka.
You'd rather have Puka?
Yeah. Oh, Calvin Ridley isn't there yet. Okay. He's on the right path, but he isn't there yet, in my opinion.
He's good, man. He's good. Okay, so I agree with that. The Bill, I mean, I like Puka, but I don't think he's top 5 right now. He's got a little bit more to do.
Top 5 was a push. It was a push. Top 10, top 15, almost guaranteed.
Top 15, guaranteed.
Top 10.
Depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Top 10, right.
It's probably who your favorite
receiving
team is.
Receiving leaders, he's leading because he's played every game of the season.
Mm-hmm. But even when he does do good, I mean, they still lost to the Steelers, and the Steelers suck.
What'd I tell you?
I know.
What'd I tell you?
I know.
13-4 now. I told you.
I thinks Matt Stafford and all of his weapons are healthy? I mean, he's not missing anybody. I mean, right. Aaron McDonald. I mean, who thinks that the Steelers are going to win that game? I guess Lyle does. Lyle does. Off the bench, the co-host.
I said Steelers money line all day. Dude. Steelers money line. Don't even give me the points. I'll give you points.
I'll give you points
with the Steelers.
You're one of few people to take that bet. I feel like
it was a great bet.
Unless I shouldn't say that because you were right. That was a very good statistic. The Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Coming off of whatever it was.
12-4. Now he's 13-4.
Mm-hmm. Mike Tomlin's always going to be a good coach. I'm ready for him to move on from Pittsburgh at this point, honestly. I feel like he's been in Pittsburgh for too long now.
He's not going anywhere. Pittsburgh's not going to get rid of him.
Why not? I mean, he could definitely leave and go anywhere he wants.
Oh, he could leave, but he's not going to go anywhere.
I don't think he's going to win anything there ever.
Guess
not
what?
Ever, but not for a long time.
Great owner, great GM, great franchise.
It's like the Patriots. It's a family environment. We're family over here. We're a solid unit. We're a unit.
Bill won a game. Bill Belichick
Ask the
won a
Buffalo
game.
Bills about our unity and our family, son.
He got a few more games. But like I said at the beginning of the season, the Patriots probably won't win more than 5 games.
It doesn't look like it. Honestly, I don't want to win 5 games. I want to draft Travis Penix Jr. in the first round. Or whatever's the guy from Washington.
Oh, okay.
That dude slings that
I'd
thing.
rather have
that last game, 15-7, that was just, it was pouring down rain. I mean, that was just terrible environments to throw the ball.
I'd rather have the Oregon quarterback.
I don't think he'll make it to where we're going to get him. We're going to have like a 12th round pick or a 12th overall pick, I think.
No way. Right now you're sitting
I think 6-7.
6-7 because it goes
Bears.
Panthers,
Bears.
No, Panthers, Denver.
Did the Bears? Because I thought the Bears at one point were supposed to have the number 1 and number 2 pick.
Now they got the number 1 and number 3 pick.
Okay.
Yes, and then I think the number 3. I don't know who number 4 is. Probably the Cardinals.
Probably the Cardinals.
Probably the Cardinals.
They might take a quarterback. I'm sure they're ready to get rid of old Kyler.
But who are they going to take that's better than Kyler?
There's a couple of them. There's like 4 or 5. Drake May, Bo Nix, Dylan Gabriel, Penix Jr., the dude from Clemson's good, Ohio State,
right,
Penn State.
Okay, so the current draft order goes Carolina to the Bears, Arizona, Chicago, Denver, Giants, Patriots, Packers, Chargers.
Hey, the Giants suck more than the Patriots do. That's always good to know.
But guess what?
Huh?
We might get a better draft pick.
Who are you getting?
No clue.
In the mock. It has to say.
No clue. It didn't say.
Oh, really?
No mock draft currently. Well, there is one, but I didn't look at a mock draft.
You never know with that, dude. You never know.
Trade up. Get and go get the wide receiver from Ohio State.
I wouldn't mind it. Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Yeah.
He's looking like he'll go top 5 guaranteed.
And roll Tyrod Taylor out and let Tyrod Taylor throw him the ball.
Let him lob it up to the boy.
Let Tyrod Taylor just
It's about time they gave Tyrod some weapons, man. Shoot, he's only been in the league 13 years.
Well, and he's Daniel Jones' backup, and Daniel Jones has been down 2 weeks. He almost beat the Bills.
You should be happy about that.
He almost beat the Bills and then won last week.
He's a veteran, man. Seen it all, done it all, almost.
And that's why Dable wanted them. Dable had him in Buffalo when he went to the playoffs. He took Buffalo to the playoffs. People forget that.
I just know you were tired of Coach Dabble just screaming at Daniel Jones and just looking at him like, what is wrong with you?
Scream more at him.
Yeah.
Scream more at Daniel Jones.
It was looking pretty bad there for a second.
Yell more. Throw more tablets at him. actually hit Daniel Jones with the tablet.
Mm-hmm. And I was happy to see Bill Belichick didn't have to yell as much this last Sunday. I thought he was going to have a heart attack the past couple of weeks, but still fighting, gets the win. And I don't know. I just think he just has Buffalo's number.
Mac Jones had the best game of his life.
And Mac Jones played very well. He needed to. I mean, he was on the edge. I mean, we were about to rip him apart.
He was on.
And I'm not even from New England, but I've been to a Red Sox-Yankees game. Those people are mean, dude. No mercy over there in Boston.
They're the worst fans.
It does not. I wouldn't go that far. Philly. I mean, shoot, weren't they booing the Eagles in the first quarter?
Correct.
Season opening day or whenever they played.
Philly fans, and then Celtics, definitely too, or Boston fans.
I've heard both sides of the Celtics side. I've heard people say it's the worst. They're the meanest. I've heard people say, man, they were always nice to me. They never really did nothing to me.
The players say,
no, it was someone.
Players say that.
But yeah, the players definitely didn't mind it for sure. Yeah. But I'm sure they ripped the players too, man. Like there was a couple years before Tatum and Brown. We were like 3-4 years just in the hole, man.
Oh yeah,
sucking.
They hammered Kyrie when he was there.
And they needed to because that was getting bad.
If the Celtics lose tonight, they're going to hammer the Celtics. They're going to boo Drew Holiday.
But the Knicks, I mean, that's supposed to be a competitive game. Julius Randle's a menace in his own right. I mean, Julius Randle I hate how he's on the Knicks.
Jalen Brunson's a dog.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson's pretty good.
Glorified dog.
That's such a weird environment for him, though, I feel like. Jalen Brunson's more like a small organization type guy. But him playing in New York.
Like Dallas?
Yeah.
Where he was?
Or like a Toronto or something like that. Be in the big New York in the Big Apple. Which I'm sure that's got so much pressure behind it.
Playing in Madison Square Garden.
I mean, it's obvious because they haven't won in forever, since like the 70s or something.
Yeah, haven't had a title since the 70s.
Oakley and Bernard King and all them.
Been a long time. Had many chances with Patrick Ewing and
Oakley and
Stark.
John Stark.
Tulsa boy.
John Stark was?
From Tulsa.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Did not know that. You know JT Realmuto for the Phillies is from Carl Albert?
Really?
Yeah. Just almost went to a World Series. Too bad, so sad, old Philly boys.
Shout out one of my buddies. His cousin is Justice Hill, running back for the Ravens.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's wild.
Both Justice and his brother Dax made it to the NFL.
Yep.
Both went to Oklahoma State, man.
Yep.
I think they went to Booker T, if I'm not correct.
I think that's right.
Pretty sure. I know Justice, or Dax did. I don't know where Justice went. But, yeah, Dax, they beat the hell out of us.
Tulsa puts out some football players.
Oh, for sure. Tulsa puts
Josh
out
Jacobs.
A lot of the small towns around. I mean, Wagner, number one player in the state, I think, is at Wagner.
Really?
That's who Katusa's playing this week. So,
really?
Come on, old Indians. Let's get an upset, huh?
Wagner, number one player in the state. What position?
Pretty sure DN receiver. I think, and he's like number 2 in the nation. This is just for what I've heard. Number 2 in the nation, like roping cowboy. Like,
oh wow!
Yeah, he does it all.
That's
man.
Nuts.
And Wagner's good again. Not as good as Bigsby or nothing, but they're real good.
Bixby's good. I think Sepulpa's pretty good.
Bigsby beat Westmore this last week, 78-28.
Bixby will probably repeat this year.
Bro, they're like really, really good.
And
a lot of D1 talent over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's impressive, dude. It's impressive. Because they've been good for like 3 years, 4 years straight now. Like that exact same kind of talent.
My wife's high school, Andale, where family resides. They lost I think they were on a 57-game win streak in high school football, longest streak in the country. Lost.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you remember that show on MTV where it was called Hoover? And it was about the high school football team in Hoover, Alabama. They were like 3rd in the nation.
Whoa.
Dude, that was like way back in the day, but I remember that show and they were just like rock solid.
They went one state last year. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th time they won state in a row. I think they're going, and they're probably going to win it again this year. Just wild to have dynasties like that in high school.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah. If they play, they're like 3A, and I think Veneta's 3A, and if they played Veneta, they would beat Veneta by like 100. They've beat teams by 100. They beat a team last year, I think, like 120 to 0.
I really think they would score every single offensive possession. Like there would not be one possession they didn't score.
Yeah.
And Veneta, they might score once.
Maybe, yeah.
But I doubt twice. I very strongly doubt twice. And that's coming from us, straight off the bench, man. We see it all. Oh,
it's nuts, yeah.
Bigsby, I think they're on an 11-game win streak right now, going from last year, what I heard on the radio. So, yeah, really impressive.
Definitely.
And then just to get off of football a little bit, kind of go over to UFC. Terrible news for the UFC community today.
John Jones
out of UFC 295. Yes.
Moment of silence for John Jones.
Yep. Moment of silence for that
Moment
man.
of silence
but
over.
He will be back, and I'm sure he'll be just as good when he
Yep.
does. I mean,
8 months off. He's got to have surgery.
Yeah. If there's one thing Dana White wants, it's John Jones to be in that UFC octagon. So he will be back at one point or another. But we do have Jiri Poetin to fill in
Next week.
Yep. This week is Jalton Almeida against Derek Lewis.
That'll be a good fight.
It should be interesting because Lewis is going to try out, obviously, just hammer this dude with fist. And Almeida is like a black belt in jiu-jitsu, I think. So he might grab a knee and start twisting.
I think. Did you watch 294?
I did.
It was a good one.
Can't believe Volk got head kicked like that.
I only picked the main card. Mm-hmm. And I think I only lost one fight, and that was the no contest with Johnny Walker.
That was crazy, too. I didn't really get what happened with that.
Illegal knee.
Okay.
Illegal knee.
Uncle Lile, man, he's gotten screwed a couple times, dude.
That's not getting screwed. That's not knowing what to do.
I know, but there was one time he had to fight Ian Cutelaba because something happened in the first fight. I think it was Cutelaba's fault in that one, actually. But Uncle Lile, he's always got something going on. But he's a really good fighter. His record's like 18-2 or something. Like, pretty solid.
Right.
But hate to see that in the third fight to the main event. I mean, hate to see that, dude.
Yep, for sure.
I mean, that was supposed to be one of the good ones. Ankalaev, he could have had a title fight after that, too.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a good fight.
Yeah.
Because they were coming out. Whenever he punched Johnny Walker, and Johnny Walker sort of faked it, and they went for that flying knee, if that had been a knockout, that would have been the best knockout.
Been crazy, dude. I would have went nuts. But you know who earned my respect? Kamaru Usman in that fight right after that.
Oh,
I thought he fought well for sucking so bad as of late.
Did you see the scorecard?
No, was it bad? Didn't they mess something up?
So the first scorecard, he gave it 8-10 round 1, 10-9. So 8-10 Chimaev, 10-9 Usman, 9-10 Chimaev. Middle guy, 8-10 Chimaev, 10-9 Usman, 10-9 Usman. The last guy had 8-10 Chimaev, 9-10 Chimaev, 10-9 Usman. Real weird scoring.
Yeah, that's very, very weird. I didn't see it like that, but I was just saying I thought Usman fought really well for being off the game for so long and coming back against a straight savage in Khamzat.
Chimaev he was just a wolf man. He played with his prey.
Literally, dude. He looked so mean in there. Yeah. And I thought Usman, I was like, I think Usman might be stronger than Khamzat. He looks like it. And then all of a sudden they started grappling and stuff, and Khamzat would just manhandle him.
Took him down.
Yeah, would just manhandle. It's that mountain wrestling, dude. Literally, they do it. He said it. Mountain wrestling's better than American wrestling, no doubt. And I have to tend to agree in this one.
If you're a fighter and you have a lip like Chimaev does, you're a bad person.
Well, I think he was born with that.
But I'm just saying. Saying. If you're a fighter, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he needs it.
I know he was born with it. But I'm just saying. He's got it fixed. It looks better.
Well, now he's getting a title fight. Who knows against who? Or we should know.
He'll fight Leon Edwards.
Yeah, Leon. Yeah.
Or Sean Strickland.
No, he's a weight below Sean Strickland. He's welterweight.
No.
Comes out to welterweight, didn't he?
He went up.
He went up to middleweight, then it'll be Sean Strickland.
I believe, because I believe he missed weight whenever he was supposed to fight Nate Diaz.
Yeah, I think you're right. Give me Khamzat in that one.
Give me Khamzat all day.
I know. I just don't think Sean can.
He fought middleweight.
Yeah, I was going to say Usman.
Chimaev fought middleweight.
I guess Usman went up in weight, which I guess is easier than cutting weight, obviously.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You can, but unless you're walking around, if you're walking around 10 pounds above, you're fine. Yeah.
That's what I thought Volkanovski's problem was, man. You can't cut 26 pounds in 11 days and expect to be okay. And
take a tough fight like that on short notice.
And he looked good there for a second, but that head kick was from hell, man.
And honestly, Islam got him in the back of the head a couple times with those punches, but that's
for
fine,
for sure.
Chimaev is currently number 9 in the middleweight rankings. I think he will get the fight against Strickland.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He could go down to welterweight, but why would he go down to welterweight?
Overpower some kids.
I guess, but you're having to cut so much weight. He didn't make weight that one time.
Yeah.
Missed it by a lot.
Mm-hmm. God, it's got to be terrible, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just draining. Makes you feel dead.
Because all you do is just sit there and sweat and sweat and sweat. You can't drink water, be dehydrated. Yeah.
Literally. Just losing all of what you've gained. and praying you can gain it all back the night before the fight. When you eat I'd have literally 3 T-bone steaks, I think.
Have
big old thing of KFC bucket wings, baby. Let's just go to town, get nasty with it.
But you don't want to eat a lot and then get bloated and be super slow for your fight. I think they hammer water, eat chicken and rice and broccoli and stuff like that.
Definitely something light. You can't be having no.
They probably have a steak the night before, whatever, but they're definitely hammering water. Mm-hmm. They're able to drink water.
No doubt, no doubt. Can you imagine going into that octagon with
this? Just give me that gallon of water and they just smash that gallon of water.
Do the Daniel Cormier towel trick. Right. Grab that thing. Lean a little bit. Lean.
Hamzat tried that and they didn't give it to him.
He said, "You're still 5 pounds over, buddy."
Yeah.
It's all right. We still love you, Hamzat.
I think it was 10.
It was probably. I think it was 10, 12.
I think it was double digits.
I think it was a lot. Yeah. Gosh. We still love him. And honestly, better fights at middleweight. Bigger, stronger guys. I mean, it's just more war. You know what I mean? Obviously, the little guys fight too, but I like power behind my shots. Yep. Those heavy hands, man. Which, shoot, I did a top 5 for UFC, just pound for pound. And I just wrote it down just while I was doing my notes. But I had John Jones 1, 2 Islam, 3 Volk, 4 Charles, and 5 Leon. And I was going back between Leon and Hamzat for that 5 spot.
Okay, I like that. So I have...
And Strickland on this obviously didn't even cross my mind, but I still would probably take all 5 of these guys over Strickland.
So I have Islam pound for pound number 1.
Mm-hmm.
John Jones number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Volk number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Sean O'Malley number 4.
Kind of like that.
And then Charles Oliveira 5.
Oliveira. Yeah, I could see someone taking O'Malley over Leon Edwards for sure.
I almost wanted to put O'Malley over Volk.
I wouldn't go that far ever.
Dude, Volk's a dog.
Yeah, and O'Malley, I mean, he's
Volk.
Good, but he ain't that good. I know.
I
love me some Volkanovski. He came out to that same walkout song too. He's like, "You come from a land down under."
Every time.
I was living it up. I was like, "It's time, baby."
Yep. I thought he was
rocked, bro. His cut, he was gushing blood, man. Oh my! And then he came to dab the dude up. That's got to be the most awkward thing for Islam. He's probably just smirking a little bit, and that dude's like, "Yeah, good fight." He's just like, "Sorry, bud."
3 minutes in.
Literally, sorry about your crack right there.
Yeah.
Gosh. And he gets up and. Next day, he takes a picture, stitched up.
Just fine.
Training some kids probably at the gym.
Yep, back at it. He wants to fight in January again.
Did you watch all of UFC 294?
No,
he wants to fight in January?
Card. Do what?
Volk wants to fight in January?
Yeah, Volk wants to fight in January.
Love that. Absolutely love that. Get the new year off to a hot start.
Yep.
But I don't know if you saw the Mike Breeden against that Indian fighter. He was like the first Indian.
Sir.
Oh, my goodness. Look up that fight next time you get a chance. And people at home, I urge you to do the same. Because Mike Breeden is a dog. Dude he was getting his butt whooped for the first 7.5 minutes of the fight, dude. Like just getting absolutely destroyed. And then second half of the second round comes back, starts, landing some shots, kind of getting a little momentum. Third round, it's like he just got out of an insane asylum, bro. He was yelling at this dude, barking at him. The Indian guy wanted no problem. His name was like Anshu, Mike Breeden. It was early fight.
Oh, okay.
You got to be a real UFC fan to watch these fights. Dude.
Anshul Jubilee.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, it was one of the meanest things I've ever seen. I mean, he just absolutely went to town. It's like the guy gave up. It's like the third round, he literally just got scared and was like, you know what, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, Anshul Jubilee. 7-0. 7-1 now, baby. Mike Breeden, dog, dude. Definitely go rewatch that fight if you can, because it was craziest third round I've seen in a while. Especially with all the barking he was doing. He was just trying to intimidate him, and it worked. First time I've ever seen a UFC fighter look scared in an octagon.
Wow.
Except for that one time that guy started running circles around the octagon. That was pretty bad. I think he was running from Oliveira or something.
Maybe.
Something like that. But yeah, Mike Breeden, dog, end of the day. And my early UFC 295 pick, Jiri over Poatan.
Yeah, I have him over Poatan too.
Poatan can't even handle the cold weather in Connecticut. Yeah. He's not going to be able to handle Jiri's samurai slashing style.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be up and down his ass.
Well, Jiri is freezing in the cold. Or not, while Poatan is freezing in the cold, Jiri is studying the blade.
Jiri's shirtless in a frozen lake,
studying
practicing his jab or something.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
I have him over Powhatan.
Can't believe he's already having injuries like this, but hopefully it was just a one and done deal.
Yeah,
I feel like he fought once, the next thing you know, he's out for a year.
That's what happened.
Torn labrum or whatever.
Something.
Yeah,
had to have super big surgery. Yeah,
but love Jerry, love Powhatan, and who knows, Powhatan, he got the meanest right hook around probably. So he catches him once, it's over, big dog. Over.
It could happen.
And we're back, folks. A lot of UFC talk, a lot of NFL talk. There's some big games this week in the NFL, too.
There are.
Get off to a good start on a Thursday night. We got the
Bucks playing the Bills.
Yep, Bucks, Bills. And, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to bring up. Is Baker Mayfield back to being a bum? I mean, Lake, is he a bum again? How does he go 3-1
games?
3-1 to start the year, and then all of a sudden he's losing to bummy teams.
2 bad games.
Not playing good talent.
But the Falcons is a divisional, or it's a
division rival, but that team is not someone you should be losing to.
They still play them tough. 3-1. They still play them tough. That's like the Bills and the Patriots, man.
Hey, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, big dog.
I think that Baker could turn it around. He's got to have a big game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're going to play good. I don't think that they're going to win. They will cover the spread, though.
Yeah.
I don't think the Bills cover the 8.5.
That's a lot. That's a lot in the NFL. And the way these games been being played, you don't know if the Bucks go out and score 35 by the 4th.
But the Bills lost, and I like good teams coming off a loss.
That's true. They always end up coming up with those key fixes during the week. Even though I think they only practice like really 1 or maybe 2 times in pads. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think they get off. Wednesday they might do like a up top pads, shorts kind of thing. But I feel like it's hard unless you're out there really playing, you know. But
that's
Bills
like Steelers. Steelers said they went back to full pads.
Got to. I mean, when you're struggling like that, go back to the basics.
Yep.
What'd you do? We ran about 2-3 miles to get started, and then we were out there playing Oklahoma drill or whatever, dude.
Right.
Which love to see. But I think you're right. I like that. Bill's coming back on them for sure.
Yeah.
And then Sunday night, I think we have a good
Sunday night's game, I think, is
Bears Chargers.
Mids.
Yeah,
very
Bears
mids.
Chargers, Raiders Lions on Mondays. So very mid games.
Very mid for sure. 49ers Bengals will be good.
Vikings Packers I like. Rams Cowboys I like. Browns Seahawks I kind of like.
Rams Cowboys could be a really good game.
Jets Giants Battle of the Bums.
Are the Cowboys anything? Is their wide receiver core anything if CeeDee Lamb gets hurt? I don't think so.
Just because I picked Puka Nacua over CeeDee Lamb does not mean CeeDee Lamb is like a terrible terrible receiver.
No, I'm saying that
I think he is really good if they get a guy who can get to him. I blame it on Dak, just like every other sports guy in this world.
Jerry Jones said today that they don't need to add anybody else. I think they need to add a wide receiver.
I mean, they went out and got Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks has had 6 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons on like 4 different teams.
But hasn't done anything here.
It's not. Him. He gets. Trust me, I know. He's on my fantasy team. He literally has 2 to 3 targets a game.
Yeah.
I mean, how much can you do with that?
He's not throwing the ball.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of people today saying, "Why not trade Tony Pollard and somebody else for Derrick Henry?"
I kind of like that. And I feel like a lot of teams they'd be willing to do that for sure, especially if you throw a couple 4th, 5th rounders in there.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, that's where the real talent comes out anyways. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round, you know? That's where you find your real key guys. Of course, you're going to find your superstars.
You find more in like the 2nd to 3rds. Like that's where you find like a main guys, like the big ones. Most of the first rounders are busts.
Bust, for sure.
Yeah.
Because they come in, they get paid immediately. They don't have to work for it like the rest of these guys do.
Right.
2nd, 3rd rounds have a chip on their shoulder, bro.
Right.
I mean, they're still making $40,000 a game, but they got a chip on their shoulder.
Or they
thought they were first-round material.
They were playing around players that were equally as good as them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at Ohio State quarterbacks. They have good wide receivers to throw to.
Mm-hmm.
That translates to nothing. Justin Fields is a perfect example. Justin Fields was tearing it up, passing the ball with Ohio State, only because he had
Olave.
Who is the other good one that just came? I can't think of his name.
Smith and Jigba.
No, yep, Smith and Jigba, and I believe Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, he might have been a freshman around that time. Justin Fields, I don't know. I think everyone expected him to be like a come in, throw it 25 times a game, run it for 70, 60 yards. But they make him chunk that thing 35, 40 times a game, man.
He ain't doing nothing.
But I guess you can't run it when you're down every game.
Right.
But I think you're right. It might be time to move on from old Fields. Hey, come to the Patriots, old boy. We'll show you how to be a quarterback. Call in the GOAT. Give you some lessons, huh?
You had to call him in.
Oh, yeah. I got to. I'm sure he'd be willing.
Bill Belichick's gone.
We're not firing Bill Belichick, dude. We are not. We might take him away from the GM status.
Have to.
We might take him away from that aspect, but he will still be the head coach of the Patriots.
He's the worst
I promise
drafting GM ever.
I just think he thinks he's smart. I mean, obviously, he's a genius. You could say a guru when it comes to football and how it's supposed to be played. But sometimes he be reaching. Like this dude we took, I can't think of his name, but he was the lineman we took in the first round. Cole Strange. Like a Division III school, Division II. Yeah. What are we doing?
Big reach.
You got homies from Alabama coming out who literally can bench 500 pounds.
Right.
Like, go get a D tackle like De'Aaron Payne or something.
Or trading away your pick to another team so they can get the offensive lineman that you need. Doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense, man. A lot of the stuff he does as a GM makes no sense. But you see, when he coaches well, he coaches very well because he goes out and beats the Bills when they have no right beating the Bills.
Yeah.
Absolutely none. Just when I thought we might actually get Caleb Williams, they go and screw us once again. Thanks, Patriots. Love you.
No Caleb Williams.
Hey, I'll take a Penix, though, or honestly, Bo Nix. I like him a lot, too. Bo Nix is a stud, my guy.
Drake May?
Mm-hmm.
Any of them? Shadur?
Yeah. I don't really think Drake May is that hot. I don't really like Drake May. I think he needs to go back to school for another year, personally.
I think he needs to bulk up a little bit.
Mac Brown teach him a couple things. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He's not. He's going to come out and get paid.
For sure. Like they always do.
Yeah.
Like they always do.
But you get paid the NIL.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Especially Utah, the whole team of Utah, the Utah Utes, whole football team, every one of them got a Dodge Ram truck. Do you know that? 4-door.
Give it to them.
All different
USC,
colors, too.
They
were dope, bro. They were dope. They're like red, black, and white. Oh, they're sick. I was like, that's a good NIL deal. I like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But I really don't like of course, he's Caleb Williams. He's the reason USC is so good. But, man, he gets, what, $100,000 a game while the rest of them get $400,000?
I think he's making $5 million this year, like $3 to $5 million.
Oh, I knew it was in the millions. I'm just talking per game. When they say, here's your game check, big dog.
Oh, gosh, no telling.
So, they probably, I'm assuming they gave him like a straight fee off
I don't know if they pay you for a game. I think you just,
straight
NIL's like
$5 million, here you go.
Stuff like that, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if he gets hurt, if they still pay him.
Have to, because you're in a contract.
If it's in the contract.
Right.
But I'm sure that's why you hire an agent.
Yeah.
Unless you're Dominic Cruz and get outpaid by a chick UFC fighter who is 3 fights behind you. Yeah. It's a little off topic, but who's OU play this week? Kansas?
Kansas.
Ooh, I kind of like that game.
Tough game.
If Oklahoma State can beat Kansas, you can beat Kansas.
Yeah.
And, bro, is Oklahoma State back?
No.
Are we a dark horse pushing for the Big 12 championship?
No. You all can't beat Texas.
What if we do, though?
And you can't beat us.
Everyone's been saying that the past 3 weeks. We can't beat this team. We can't beat that team.
Kansas doesn't have their quarterback. Kansas quarterback's not playing.
Bean had been the starter for the past 2 years.
But their good quarterback's not playing.
He's all right. Daniels is all right. Actually, I think that's LSU's quarterback.
I don't think that you'll do good. But I don't
if it's at Texas, we get out. And I think it's at Texas.
It's at Texas.
Yeah, we'll probably get whooped. But Mike Gundy's been figuring some stuff out.
Sure. Well, you're giving the good running back the ball. That's the only thing you have to do.
Bowman, I think, is thrown for at least 300 past at least 2 out of 3 games. I mean, he's throwing it well. Still, his stats, when you look at them, are terrible, bro. It's like 5 touchdowns, 3. Iowa State, we lost to them.
Yeah, that's why they're number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Currently number 2 in.
And they're a dark horse, too. Remember, they were struggling at the beginning of the year, and all of a sudden they've won a couple games.
Yep.
Which I'm sure that coach is like.
They're number 2 in the Big 12.
Mm-hmm. Not bad, man. Not bad. Did Texas end up losing to? They were it was 21-21 against Houston this week.
They won.
Did they end up winning?
Yep.
There's a bunch of good games, man. Gonna continue to be a bunch of good games. I'm gonna be at Bedlam this next week, so that's gonna be crazy.
That'll be a good game.
Last Bedlam ever.
Last Bedlam rip.
Don't think I'm going inside, but I'll be there.
I can't believe it's in Stillwater, but I can. It's it's fine. It's been there.
Dude, that's probably where it started anyways.
I think it started at OU.
You pretty boys were probably just sitting back while we built everything in this state.
We were before you. We've been at school longer than you.
Don't be telling me that. Those pretty boys over there. They've been getting Mustangs long before NIL was a thing. They've been getting Corvettes and Mustangs long before that. Well, that's a topic for a different day.
Y'all have a richer man than, whatever. Boone Pickens just, I'm sure he's given everybody
one man with the dream.
That's fine.
And he made it happen.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Boone Pickens, man. It's devastating. Now I don't know how we're going to get our money, but
his family.
Yeah, I'm sure he left something like in a will or something.
Oh, for sure. Oklahoma. So much goes to Oklahoma State per year.
Yeah, it's got to. If we can somehow keep going about 9-3, should little by little get better and
It'll
better.
be tougher and tougher.
We're just such a hard place to market. Like, who wants to come still? It's like West Virginia.
Yeah,
like,
who wants to go to Stillwater when you go to Norman?
Dude. I think about, that's why I don't know why Utah is so good. But I guess they are in the middle of Salt Lake City, so that definitely helps our cause.
Yep.
But I feel like that would be a terrible place to go for players, but they always do.
They are.
And that coach has been there for like 20 years. He's been there
coach.
forever. Yeah, for sure. Definitely
knows how to recruit.
A good coach. Love it. Oklahoma State, we play Cincinnati, I believe, this week. Let me get out of the top 25.
That'll be all right.
Yep, Cincinnati. Luckily, they can't score the ball very well.
No.
And our defense has been kind of picking it up, but still, I mean, Cowboys are real shaky.
Their defense is good.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's
Gordon,
defense is good.
He's really good, dude.
Yep.
And I guess he's like a Texas all-time kind of guy. Like in Texas, he had a lot of records or something over there. Ollie. So why he went to Oklahoma State, I'll never know. But happy you did, big dog. Happy you did.
We get a lot of people from Texas.
It's all the people that can't go to Texas.
Right,
man.
that Texas doesn't want or whatever.
That or A&M or something. I wonder how many of them want to go to A&M. I feel like not a lot.
Not a lot.
It's that 12th man thing. I'm not really for that.
Because it's like you're going to the SEC, and it's like Texas A&M sucks in the SEC.
There's no Johnny Manziel. We're not
Right.
Man, I miss those days. Well, shoot, brother. You got anything else?
I think that's it, other than go Diamondbacks.
Go Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks make it to the World Series in who knows how many years, at least 25 or 30. Been a long...
I think for the first time. I feel like for the first time.
No, I feel like they've been before. Because they used to be good back in like the early 90s. Randy Johnson played for them. I mean, they might not have. You might be right. But we got Phillies or Diamondbacks Rangers, baby. I'm ready for it. Thank y'all. This is Straight Off the Bench. Peace out.
Peace.